Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Matthew from Koreaboo Corona, back with another Market Watch. Today is Monday, April 26th, and we're going to do something a little bit different today. We're going to go through our usual stuff. We're going to look at all those news sets that you normally look at, but we're also going to do a kind of like a quick dive through some older sets. I kind of just selected some randomly. We'll do this, I think, every week if you guys like it. Kind of just like get a look on what's going on in other parts of the market. And before we hop into it, just want to remind everybody that we are a TCG player affiliate. So if you see anything on the Market Watch today, or you're just picking up cards in general, use the affiliate link that will be down in the description, and it will help out the channel a lot. Now, first we're going to start off looking at Chilling Reign. Just a reminder that this does come out in a month and a half. The pre-orders for the boxes are around 160, which isn't too terrible. I don't think we're going to see it come down any more than that. I think people are pretty hype about this set, and also this is just where booster boxes have been settling recently. So I wouldn't sit around getting your hopes up that you're going to find it cheaper unless you can find a deal at an LGS that will cut you a deal. Next, we're going to be looking at the big hits from Battle Styles. The booster boxes, the Elite Trainer boxes, and all that stuff didn't really change in price, so I'm not going to go ahead and cover that. We're seeing that the VMAX is inching towards 140 now, so coming up a little bit. It was in the lower 130s last week, so that's nice to see. The Tyranitar V alternate full art is sitting at around, we got some motivated sellers and some lightly played copies, about 118, 120. So this one's down a little bit, I believe, which is good news because I want to pick up one of these eventually. We've got the Single Strike Urshifu VMAX alternate art secret, took a big hit. This one's getting below $60 now. This one's sitting at around 59 bucks. So if you're thinking of picking one up, it's starting to get into that price range where it's a lot more reasonable. Next, we're going to look at the Houndoom Secret. This one's up a little bit, I believe. We're seeing it at around $54. It's interesting to see that, the prices in Battle Styles, some of them are going down, some of them are going up. That's normal. That's healthy. I think this set is, honestly doing very well for itself right now. And that's all I'm going to cover with Battle Styles. We're going to hop back into Shining Fates. You can see now that you can pick up an Elite Trainer box on TCG Player. Sorry, that got messed up a little bit, for $82, so not too bad. Still, double MSRP. You can pick them up on eBay for $75 if you are going to pick one up. Personally, I don't think it's worth it. The pulls aren't worth it. There's literally one card worth more than an Elite Trainer box, and it's the Charizard. So, personally, I wouldn't be touching it. The tins are down, though. They're around 42 bucks, which is only $12 over MSRP. So this is still the best deal if you're going to go for it. But, again, I would save my money and put it into Battle Styles or save it for Chilling Reign. Next, we're going to be looking at Skyla. This one has been coming down recently, settling more around in this $35 range. We've got the Charizard VMAX, the shiny one. This one fell under 300 a couple weeks ago, and now we're seeing it kind of settling around 270, which is kind of where the other Charizards are at from Champion's Path. So this is probably a pretty normal place for it to be. We've seen those kind of dipping between 230 to 300. So this one might have some movement, but I think it's going to stay here for a while. Next, we look at the Suicune. This one's around 46. It's actually gone down a little bit. This was one of the few cards that hadn't moved at all. It kind of is sitting around that $50, $52 range, and it's finally dipped under 50. And the rest of Shining Fates is just completely bottomed out. It is atrocious seeing what happened. We've got the Dittos sitting at $18. The Eternatus VMAX over here at $17. We've got the Lapras VMAX over here at $16, and the Eternatus V over here at $14, and then after that, I don't think there was really anything noteworthy. So I'm just not going to talk about it. Everything else was under 15 bucks, and for a set that was so hyped, it's kind of disappointing that the price and the fallout. And this is even with it being hard to get this product, the prices are so low. So if there are cards you want from this set, just buy them. It's just not worth trying to pull the Charizard. That's at least that's my opinion. You all can do whatever you want, but I don't know if I'll be buying any more Shining Fates even if I see it in the store. We breezed past that one. The Vivid Voltage Elite Trainer boxes are still going up slightly. I know they were 110 last time I covered them, but now we're seeing them at around 112. There's only one of them, and then it's, quickly starts getting into 115, 120 range. So these are still on the way up. You can find one up for 110 on eBay. These guys got 4 of them available. This is kind of like the Chase Modern set. So if you can find the stocks on these things, the restocks at least, these is a really good one to pick up. The Pikachu VMAX still holding obscenely strong, sitting at around $380 right now, which is very healthy. I think it's the most expensive card right now from a modern set, and it's might stay that way because I don't see the Charizards coming back and fighting it anytime soon. This Pikachu V, though, kind of fell out. We're seeing, well, at least there's one guy who's tanking the price down, so I don't know if this is a good deal or not. We got this unverified seller selling this for $58 and then back into the $71, $72 range that we were seeing last week. The Champions Path Elite Trainer boxes are doing all right. These are around 100, less than Vivid Voltage now. It's been like that for a couple weeks, and you can pick up one of these on eBay for $100 as well. Next, we'll be looking at the two cards people care about from this set. You can pick up a Near Mint Rainbow Charizard for about $255. So that is down from last week. I believe it was in the 270s, 280s last week. And we're seeing the shiny one at $271. So the shiny one is in the lead again. This is the one that this is my win for in the lead overall, like after time passes. So nice to see it back in the lead again, but sad to see the Rainbow Charizard dip a bit. So this is one of the random sets that I kind of just picked to look at. We're going to be looking at Celestial Storm from Sun and Moon. One of these booster boxes, there aren't many on the market, will run you about $580, which is definitely a pretty penny. And what you can hope to pull out of that is a Leisha full art. The near mint copies of these holding around $150, which is kind of insane. Really low volume on these. The Rayquaza GX secret near mints of these almost $200. And that was just the two top cards from that set. I'm not going to go too deep into any of these sets unless you guys want me to. Let me know in the comments and I'll revisit some of these sets. We've got the XY Ancient Origins, this booster box. You got one guy selling them for $1,000. You got a couple guys down in this like little sub to 1,000 before it quickly hops up. Basically no circulation of these. And it's funny that you can actually find some of these packs in like random kind of like repackages that you can pick up at like Target or Walgreens if you get lucky. Big cards out of here. You got the M Rayquaza EX Shiny Full Art. Picking up one of these bad boys. I mean, there's one guy selling this here for like $100. So if someone wants to take the risk on this newly launched person, that sounds great to me. But otherwise, you're gonna be paying about $225 for one. You have the Lugia EX, number 94, the full art. Picking up a near mint one of these for about $85. We've got the Primal Groudon EX Shiny Full Art. There are no near mint copies. There is a guy selling a lightly played for $62. So that might be the move if you're thinking of picking that up. There's also a lightly played here for $48. So I don't know why the price is so variable on this. I assume a near mint would probably be like $100 if I had to guess. The Kyurem from Dragon Ball. So these next couple of sets, I don't have the booster box prices because they're not listed on TCG Player. I'm just assuming that that's because they're so hard to come by that there's no point having them listed. Or they may have not even had a booster box. It could be like Shining Fates or something. I'm not too familiar with some of these older sets. But the Dragon Ball Kyurem, very low population, $130 if you want to pick up one of these. We've got the Rayquaza from Dragon Ball, much more reasonable at around $30. The Charizard G Level X from Supreme Victors, super low pop, around $400 for one of these. Not surprising for a Charizard card. The Shiny Melodic, around $200 for these reverse hollow foils, which is kind of insane. It's also a shiny. I guess that's relevant. The Articuno is kind of like this old school kind of art going on. Only one copy near mint at almost $120. We're gonna hopping into Secret Wonders next. We've got Charizard here. The reverse hollows sitting at around $120. The normal hollow foils at around $200. We got this one new seller who will sell you one for about $125 if you want to risk it. Got the Gardevoir Level X, one of my favorites, sitting at around $60. Super low pop on these as well. The Lugia we got one guy selling it at $42 and then the next guy at $120, which is like a massive jump. I'm assuming that $40 range is the more reasonable price. Mew Secret Wonders sitting at around $15. Next, we'll be hopping into Emerald. We've got the Melodic EX. There are no near mint copies on the market, so I assume a near mint would probably be about $350, but you can pick up a lightly played for about $261. The Registeel EX, these you can find a near mint for 150, or if you want a light play, you can get them from 90. We've got a Raichu EX. We've got no near mints in circulation, just light plays at around 115. I would probably say near mints probably a little bit under 200. Got an Altaria EX. You can pick up a near mint one of these for about $100, or there's this one motivated seller down here at 67. This is probably the more reasonable range. We've got the Regice EX over here, one near mint at 200, and then you can get a lightly played one in the 80s. Got a Lugia from Aquapolis. So I love Aquapolis personally. I've got a couple of cards from it. Nothing on this high end. I picked up this collection from an old friend. But if you are lucky enough to have Lugia from Aquapolis, you can pick up a near mint for $3,000. So if you just got $3,000 laying around, then definitely a good pickup. And if you decide to buy that, definitely use my TCG player link. I'll really appreciate that. The 148 Kingdra sitting at around $400. We've got the Umbreon, the H29 variant. There's only one copy, near mint hollow foil, $5,000. I assume you can probably pick it up on eBay for quite a bit cheaper. There's only one guy who has it listed. I mean, it's an obscenely rare card, but I don't know if $5,000 is where it should be. Same with that Lugia. I mean, TCG player, that's something I've noticed with some of these older cards, is the population is super low and the prices seem exceptionally high. Like if you go and you get in bidding wars on eBay, you can get it for cheaper, but I guess it's kind of like paying for like knowing you can get it immediately. And I think TCG player is a little bit better about protecting his buyers. So that's kind of like up to you guys. When I'm looking up old cards, I'll personally go hunting on eBay. If it's over a certain price range, like if it's over like $30, I'll start checking on eBay because I think generally you can get a better deal there. But for, more common older cards, or especially current cards, I think TCG player is the way to go. Got the Houndoom H11 from Aquapolis. This is, very stark difference here. We've got the lightly played at 200, and this guy who's got a PSA 9 over here at 1200. We got the Tyranitar H28. I absolutely love this art. Is sitting at lightly played from anywhere from 300 to 500, and a near mint at 750 from Core TCG. Got the Entei, which is H8. You can find a light play for 135 and a near mint for 430. And that's something to notice when you look at modern cards. The difference between near mint and light play, you might see 5-10% difference in price, which is relevant. But when you start getting into ancient cards, cards more than 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 years old, then it's almost exponential what the price difference between a near mint and a light play is. And that's why you got to be super careful when you're buying these, because someone if someone with an untrained eye picks up a card and it's like, oh, well, this looks really nice, so this is probably near mint, but it's got a little bit of scuffs and scratches, because the $135 price is what it'd be worth if it was lightly played. But the difference between calling it near mint and light played is hard to see for someone without a trained eye. So they may look at it and think, yeah, it's near mint, I'm gonna charge $500 for it. And it's worth $500 if you're going to buy it and go grade it and it comes back with an 8 or higher, right? But if it's not, if it comes back lower than that, then you're out of luck. So just be super careful, and that's kind of why the price discrepancy is so insane. You look at the Suicune at H25, similar thing, 200 for the light play, 300 for the near mint. So if you are going to be buying near mint copies of things, especially things this expensive, my personal rule of thumb, if you're on eBay or TCG player, you need to message the seller and ask for close-up pictures, and you need proof of what it is. And when you open it, please record it, because sometimes they get damaged in transit, and you might not be able to prove that you didn't damage it. So just protect yourself when you're dealing with these high-end expensive cards. Just build up a rapport with the sellers, get some more information, and make a friend along the way. And then lastly, we're going to be looking at the Ninetales H19. This is personally one of my favorite arts from Aquapolis. And picking up one of these guys, super low pop, no near mints, light played around 200. I assume that a near mint would be about 350. And that's going to be end of today's Market Watch. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Leave a comment down below about what your favorite card you saw in this video was and what sets you'd like me to cover in the future. Don't forget to use our TCG Player affiliate link if you're going to be picking up any cards. And I just want to thank you all so much for watching. Good luck opening your packs and happy investing.